When you're purchasing your home, there's a million different ways to be well informed as far as what you're purchasing. And an insurance provider can definitely help you to better understand what you're buying throughout the entire process. So it is important not only to look into getting your insurance binder towards the tail end of the transaction when the lender requires you to get it, but rather involve your insurance agent in the beginning of the process so that they can give you a little bit more insight into maybe what you can't see with the property. So Jeanette can talk a little bit more about that.
So you're right, Matt. So something that a lot of people can avoid, is not knowing what the cost is going to be. If you wait till 10 days before you're closing and then you find out it's going to cost double what you had anticipated, that might be a bit of a shock to you that you're going to have to come up with that amount of money. Whereas if you put the offer in, the offer is accepted, and you go ahead and contact an insurance agent and get some quotes, you'll have an idea of what the cost is going to be. You'll also potentially avoid, the situation where you didn't realize that, every 2 years there's a flood situation in the basement, so there's been claims on that property. Your insurance agent will be able to see the prior claims. And so this is something that comes up in what's called like a clue report, which is accessible whenever an agent is running the quotes for your property. It will pop up. So if there was an ice dam issue and there was a leak, it's going to show up on that on that report. And it's good to know what those were. Was the roof replaced if there was damage, or if it's something that the irrigation around the home is causing a problem. You'll know what those are going into this home buying process.
And it's really good information. I mean, you're going to have a home inspector who's going to do a full walk around the property and kind of take it for what it is at that moment. But it's important to do your due diligence past what you can see at face value. So to have an insurance agent that you can go to and talk to and say, can you give me some more information on this property? Has there been any claims that you can see on your end? It's a huge amount of information. It's just making the buyer more well-informed beyond the scope of what they can see or what the homeowner is willing to give up for information.
And one last thing to note is, so if you know that the insurance is within your budget and what you can afford, annually, because really that's what it comes down to, then you can move forward with confidence through, the final stages of purchasing the home. Whereas if you wait till the last 10 days and you're shocked and then you're already in this deep, there's really no getting back out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And the last thing you want to find out is that 10 days out from closing, that your insurance premium, what you thought was going to maybe be $1,200, is now $4,000.
Right.
That's a huge gap, and it's an unexpected cost that really no one wants to undertake. So I thank Jeanette for coming in and talking about this little difference so that you guys can understand different ways to save some money or save yourself from getting into something that you weren't expecting. So I thank Jeanette, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Thanks a lot.